connect with Shikha Sharma, former MD and CEO at Axis Bank, the same cloth that Rajiv Anand is cut out of. And Shikha, hi, morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit more about Mr. Rajiv Anand, and he clearly has his work cut out at IndusInd Bank. But give us a sense of what this role could mean for him going ahead.
So, I think Rajiv is one of the really strong professionals I've worked with. He's a great team player. He motivates his team to stretch and go beyond in a very gentle way. I've seen him build businesses. He built our mutual fund business for us. I've also seen him transform a lot of our savings and wealth management in the retail bank and subsequently in the corporate bank, transforming treasury and corporate banking. So fantastic business sense, great people capabilities, and very good understanding of how to leverage technology across businesses. I have only admiration for Rajiv as a leader.
Indeed. Hi, Shikha, morning. But yes, Rajiv is known for his expertise in corporate banking, treasury and digital transformation initiatives as well in the financial sector. How do you think that he will leverage on these particular aspects, or rather qualities, for IndusInd Bank as well, and how good he is really in these divisions?
As I mentioned, I think he's one of the strongest professionals I've worked with, and he has a very quiet, effective style in figuring out what needs to be done and making the transformation happen along with the team. Focus on in transforming IndusInd, but obviously it's a scale bank, and there's lots of opportunities to take it ahead. And I think Rajiv will work with his board and other stakeholders in figuring out the right direction and moving along.
Sure. Shikha, before we let you go, also give us a little bit of sense on Mr. Rajiv's management style, his leadership style, and how you expect him to transform into this role.
So as I mentioned, what I've seen in Rajiv is, one, he has strategic clarity. He understands how to leverage technology and, make transformation within a large existing setup. He's done that when we were at Axis together. He has the ability to work with diverse teams and take people along. So he's not somebody who will come and sweep the bank and change the whole team. I think he will use a mix of existing talent, get external talent where he needs to do that, and work quietly, motivating everybody towards a common agenda and getting the transformation done. I've seen him, as I mentioned, do it twice over. Once when he moved from the mutual funds to the retail bank, and then when he took over the corporate bank and treasury. So I would expect that we can look forward to seeing some more transformation like that.
Right. Shikha, since you've known Rajiv for so long now, I think, while there are, of course, a lot of internal challenges, but, externally, the bigger challenge is also investor confidence and how to get that back now to IndusInd. You think he's the right person for that?
I think ultimately, as far as investors are concerned, they will respond, I guess, in the moment, and that's always hard to predict. But what I'm confident about is that Rajiv will set clear goals, and those goals will probably be ambitious but realistic, and move towards them. And as investors see that delivery happening, that's what's going to bring the confidence and get investors back. So when the turn happens is always hard to predict. Sometimes investors will move very quickly. Sometimes they'll take their time. But what I'm confident about is that with Rajiv at the helm, you're likely to have very few missteps, but you're likely to see the bank leverage its current strengths, but get ready for where the big opportunities are tomorrow. And I'm sure Rajiv will get that mix right.
And he has lots at his hands, right? I mean, the bank itself, and we've been having interactions with Mr. Ashok Hinduja as well in the past. They've identified themes very categorically that need to be the first project at the new MD and CEO's desk, which is, of course, profitability first approach, this cost management, scaling up collections, leveraging existing, customers for risk-adjusted growth, etc. Rajiv, the right choice once again, Shikha. And in your past experience, you think he is well equipped to handle all that he'll be faced with right in the first shot?
What I'm confident about is Rajiv's ability to think through what are the strengths of the bank and leverage them to do the transformation systematically. In terms of handling stakeholders, that's a new game for him. He is taking a CEO position for the first time, and I think he'll have to step into that. Knowing Rajiv, I feel he has the personal skills to be able to do that, but that's the new learning he's going to have in this journey. As far as the business transformation is concerned, there's nothing new that he has to do. As I've been mentioning, I've seen him do that before, and I'm confident that he will know how to leverage the strengths and change only what needs to be changed.
Shikha, I also want you to don your banker's hat too. MFI, vehicle finance, these are critical segments for IndusInd Bank, especially what's going on in the industry right now, wherein you've seen pretty much across the board, especially in the previous quarter, cases of high provisioning pretty much for every bank and clear stress when it comes to the MFI segment. You think what Rajiv doesn't have going for him is the macro environment right now?
So I think the MFI story, I haven't looked at the books of the bank, right? So it's a question of have you provisioned enough for the past book? He'll have to look at that carefully and make sure that he's adequately provisioned for what exists in the current book. But as far as going forward is concerned, I actually think that there's an opportunity out there, and they have the distribution, provided they can be disciplined about the risk management on what are the new loans you want to underwrite and how you make sure that your collection infrastructure is appropriate for the business. I would think you can get back to a growth cycle, but what he has to assess is fundamentally, do they have enough provisions for what sits in the existing book? I cannot sit from the outside and take any kind of guess in terms of what the situation is there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, sure. But Shikha, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you.